Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about standing up for liberty and freedom in this country, even if we don't agree with certain liberties. I've been talking a lot about HB 3063, a bill that's being proposed in Oregon that's going to mandate vaccination for children in order to go to public or private school and eliminate personal belief exemptions and also religious exemptions for children. This would mean that the government would mandate a medical procedure for our children. And it's really worrisome because as a parent, I have some questions. What is my role as a parent if this bill passes? Does that make my child property of the state? Am I now just a caregiver for our children and the state is ultimately responsible for them? There's an amendment included in this bill that the government can add vaccines to this mandate whenever they feel like they need. And if you've taken a look at the vaccine requirements over the years, the number of vaccines has only increased and the frequency in which our children get them have only increased. I want to stress that this is not an anti-vaccine movement. This is a pro-medical freedom movement where every parent should have the right to choose medical procedures for our children. I know a lot of parents on both sides, pro-vax, anti-vax, and a lot of parents fall somewhere in the middle where they don't necessarily agree with certain vaccines given at the schedule that the CDC recommends, and so they space them out. They wait till their child is old enough in order to get them, or old enough in order to handle the toxicity of them. This would all be thrown away, and no parent would have any authority over their children when it comes to what is injected in their bodies. And since when is that an American ideal? Since when do we protect the masses and ignore the minority? Since when do we strip freedom from American citizens, especially parents, intelligent parents who are only caring for their children and trying to make the best decisions that they possibly can, regardless of whether they vaccinate or not, or delay vaccinations? It's an attack on liberty and freedom. If these mandates go through, next are mandatory vaccines for adults. And can you imagine not having authority to be able to choose what goes into your bloodstream? People ask me about infectious disease. Well, we don't want infectious disease coming back, and I think that we can all agree on that. But what is the cost for that? Are we now supposed to trade liberty and our freedoms granted to us by the United States Constitution for what the future might hold? That's not the way that freedom works. That's not the way that liberty works. If we start foregoing and giving up freedom for what the future might hold, my question is, where does that stop? And I don't think it does. At what point, when all of our liberties are being stripped from us, and if we allow the greater good philosophy to prevail, do we wake up and say, this is not right? We need to do something about this. And at that point, will it be too late? This is the conversation that we all need to be having. Because whether we agree with certain liberties or not, it doesn't matter. Because that's not the way that freedom works. And as a society, if we start selecting what liberties fit into our lifestyle or what we're comfortable with or not, that's setting a very dangerous precedence. And eventually, the liberties that we do hold dear may also be under attack. And I hope that we don't get to a point in society where we wish we would have done something when we had the chance. Sometimes I wonder if we deserve liberty. Our forefathers, the people that founded this country, were starving for liberty so much that they were willing to die for it, and many of them did, in order to set our generations up to be free and to enjoy liberty. And all we have to do is defend it in order to maintain freedom. And sometimes I wonder if people are so busy enjoying the liberties that they have that they don't understand what freedom is anymore. Don't understand what it takes to defend it. Maybe we deserve liberty when we don't have it, and we're starving so much for it, we would do anything to get it or defend it. And I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that. For the people, by the people. Our government doesn't rule us. We rule the government. Our children and our bodies are not property of the government. The best thing that we can do right now is get involved, pay attention, and contact our legislators. Vote people in that are going to maintain freedom, and make sure that the people that are looking to strip freedom from us know that we are in charge and that we will vote them out of office. In the comments section below, I'm going to leave a list of all the Oregon legislators, email, phone number. Let's call them. Let's email them as much as we can. If you're not in Oregon, take a look at what bills are being proposed in your state, because this is happening across the country. Get involved and pay attention, because these things are happening rapidly. We only have a couple of weeks before we lose this liberty in Oregon. So please, pay attention, be informed, and remember, we are better together. Thank you.